talk about visiting churches in Venice because things are changing.
Mm.
Uh, there's a new ticket policy for the St. Mark's Basilica and the St. Mark Bell Tower. The tickets are only available online and go from 10 euros to 30 euros, depending on what combination of tickets you want to buy. It used to be the case that you could get in a line early in the morning and just buy your tickets in person. Not anymore. You can only buy tickets online. They are timed, so you will have half hour, if I'm correct, to visit the basilica in a specific time slot. This is to avoid people buying all the available tickets and then reselling them online, various scams, long lines for tourists. So now you know that you can buy them online and have your time slot dedicated for the visit.
And let's consider the advantages and disadvantages of that. I
Mhm.
mean, if it's working as expected, there will no longer be lines outside of the tower and outside of the basilica. As you're just walking around, exploring, experiencing St. Mark's Square, it could get very disruptive to have these extremely long lines blocking people walking through. So it'll be very nice to not have those big, thick
Yeah.
lines there. Of course, there's a big disadvantage of if you just decide on a whim to visit Venice on a day trip, you cannot get your tickets the same day. I'm not going to say for sure, but it's less and less likely
Yeah.
that you can get tickets same day because you
Mm.
can't just walk up to a ticket booth.
Yeah.
You have to purchase them online.
Yeah.
So it does mean you should try and get your tickets as early as possible.
Yeah, agreed. And they will also include, if you buy the ticket for the St. Mark's complex, you also have the Torcello Basilica included in the ticket.
Which
And
is one of the separate islands.
yes, it's a separate island with a um, yeah, with its own basilica to visit. And that I don't think is limited in what day or what time you can
Hmm.
visit. It's just included in your ticket. Be careful and be reminded that the dress code in the San Mark Basilica, but everywhere in every church in Venice, is strictly enforced. There are a lot of people being turned away because they don't follow the dress code. Now, what is the dress code? Shoulders and knees have to be covered at all times, meaning even men cannot wear shorts. A lot of men are turned away because they show up in shorts at the basilica. By the way, doesn't matter if you have your ticket, if you paid for your ticket, you're gonna lose your ticket if you don't follow the dress code. Flip-flops are not allowed, and in general, like formal attire, let's say not beach wear, is what is required to visit the churches in Venice.
Formal is an extreme word. You
Casual,
don't
but
need to wear a suit and a tie.
right. But you need um, to be covered when
And it's worth mentioning that because, we're talking about October, but when you're there in the summer, it gets very hot,
yeah,
and naturally people will walk around in very short clothes and shorts.
yeah.
And that's just what you might wear on a hot day when you're on a vacation.
Hmm.
That will not work. Even if you have the ticket, you will be turned
Yeah,
away.
exactly. Same goes for the luggage code that is strictly enforced. I'm not sure. I would have to check what's the regulation about strollers. I don't think they are allowed, and any kind of big backpack, luggage of any kind are not allowed in churches and in the San Mark Basilica. So make sure you have everything um, in place and you're following their codes. Of course, you will find the links to the policies in the description of this video. Now, for the other churches in Venice, tickets may vary. There are some churches that are free to visit. There are other churches that require a ticket. It could be something like 3 euros, 5 euros, depending on the different churches, because they are managed by different parishes. So that all depends on the single church. But in general, the dress code is enforced everywhere. And I have to mention the churches and the St.Mark Basilica are open for service. So if you want to go to a mass service, you can enter the churches for free, of course. But in this case, you are there to worship, not to sightsee. So you're expected not to be taking pictures, not to walk around, just participate in the service as as it's traditional, not be a tourist, let's say, in that context.
All right, so we've got a question
Yep.
from one of our viewers, something I've never heard of. I'm not aware of. Maybe you know. Is it true that the ceiling lights inside of Basilica di San Marco are illuminated only at 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.? Specific
Wow.
hours of the lighting?
Okay. That wouldn't surprise me. Um,
And I don't know is an acceptable answer. This information may be on the website for the Basilica, and
yeah.
Luna's going to take a quick look and see if we can find something. Otherwise, if it's not a quick answer that we see here, we can find if we can find the
Um,
answer and post it in the comments under this video.
yes, I will definitely add it um, to the description because yeah, I can't. So here you can see all the different options of tickets that and things you can visit, but I will find that information out and add it to the comments to the video for sure. Um,
And if anybody else, oh, I think we do have more questions coming, but if anybody else has more questions, I'll let
please.
Luna continue as I go through, but feel free to put your questions in the comment while we're live.